and welcome to Ginger Welsh Allotments. I am Bethan and I hope you're all keeping well. I've got a couple of jobs to do over the allotment today, one of which is to plant my broad beans. So I've got Bunyard's exhibition, which is meant to be good for overwintering, and I'm going to pop them in today, but I'm hoping my children are going to come across and help me plant them. So I'm just going to make the holes at the moment for them, and then when they come they can just get on with doing it. So to make the way I grow my broad beans is I dib a hole about 5 centimetres, and then I use my hand and go at a 45-degree angle to get my next row. So that's about there. So I dib another hole there, and then 45 degrees again, and dib a hole there, and then 45 degrees from there, and so on and so forth all the way down. And that's how I did them last year, and they grew absolutely fine. They were happy with the spacing. The only thing I need to do different this year to last year is to stake them, because I didn't stake them and they did flop over quite substantially. And I'm not growing as many this year either, because I still got 3 or 4 humongous bags in my freezer, and I don't need that many of them. So I'm going to just do this bit in this bed and see how I get on. And if I feel like come the spring I think, oh, maybe I do need some more broad beans, I'll just plant some more broad beans in another bed. Here's the bed all prepped, ready, and I thought my children would really like it because the broad bean seeds are quite large, so their little hands should be able to handle them easy enough, and I think they'll really enjoy watching them grow over the winter and next spring when they come to full maturity. My onions have all gone in this bed here, which was prepped with some well rotted manure put on top, and I've planted up to this this mark here, and I couldn't find any shallots in the shops, but I'm hoping that come the spring I'll be able to find some more and I can plant my shallots in the end bit to finish off that bed. Another job I want to do today, which is probably what I'll do next, is harvest the rest of these red peppers, and I'll leave them on my windowsill to ripen. My green beans are coming to an end as well, so they will be taken out today, and my silver skin onions, they can come out today as well, and I'll see what's going on there, and hopefully I'll take down the bamboo canes and give this bed a good weed, and if I've got enough black fabric I'll put it over there for the winter as well. This bed has got a bit of fennel in it, and at the top there's some beetroot, then leeks, parsnip, carrots down this end, and some salsify at the top. So this bed will keep going throughout the winter, and I'll just harvest as and when I need it and slowly cover up this bed too. And this is the other bed I need to weed and hopefully cover over today. But I do want to put some compost over it from my compost heap, and I'm not sure if I'll get round to doing that today, so we'll just have to see how far I get. My ballotti beans are mostly ready for harvesting now. There's still some pink ones there, they could do with a lot longer, but these ones are definitely ready to come off now, which I'll do at some point this week. And similarly, my runner beans, I've had it now. There are some Still some beans on there, but they are very stringy and not really very pleasant to eat at the moment. Again, my dwarf French beans need to come out of here and weeding doing. My broccoli rab over here is doing well by the look of it. It does seem to be growing, and I've got a couple of cabbages in there, but I'm not holding out much hope for them as I planted them a bit late. And my brassica cage is doing really well. I've got sprouts coming here, and I've got loads of kale here, too much kale to keep on top of, and my purple sprouting broccoli there. So that's all going fine. So I'm going to crack on with my weeding now and see how far I get before my children come over, and then they can do the broad beans, and then I'll just carry on with the weeding throughout the day, and I'll show you how I get on as and when I go. I've just finished weeding this bed and it's looking good. I didn't find much bindweed or only a couple of very small docks. So when I set up my beds, I do a really thorough weed to try and get as much of my bindweed and grass and things that will just keep coming back every year. So I try to get rid of them as much as possible, and I'm hoping it's worked because there's no sign of any of the bindweed anyway. So I'm pleased with that. This is now ready to have the compost put on, which I won't do today because when I turn the heap I would rather turn it and empty it completely, so put it on the other beds as well. So I'm going to get on with weeding where the pumpkins used to be now.
Yeah.
Are you going to help me?
And when? What's Mummy and Griff doing?
You see, I put a hole in.
Yes.
Right, well I've got the beans here. Right, I want you to put a bean in there, please.
All right.
Okay, and Anwen, can you put a bean in that hole, please? Yeah.
How?
Oh, just the one. No.
Why just the one?
Oh, we only need one bean. Right, Anwen. That's the one. That's right, just the one. Right, Griff, you put one
Seed
in there.
All right.
Anwen, put one in there.
My seeds are very great, aren't they?
Thank you. They will, yeah. And one in there.
How do you
One
grow
in
them?
there.
What's this for?
Put one in there.
What's this for, Daddy?
That was for making the holes, darling.
Oh.
Here we are, Griff. One in that one, please.
All right.
And one in that one.
My seed.
One in this one.
Seeds on
Lovely,
them.
Griff. One in this one,
Oh,
please.
seeds on down.
In there.
Seeds on down.
That's right. And Anwen, one in there, please.
See?
In there.
Oh, I buried it.
There we
I
are, right.
buried it, Mommy.
That's all right. That's what you need to do now. Is bury them all. That's it. And Anwen, in that one over there.
Over there.
Oh, can you go around that side? Maybe you can reach from that side. in. Right.
How do you bury it? You bury it? I can bury it. I want to bury it.
Right, come on then, Anwen, you can bury it too. Just like that, look. Oh, we don't need any more of them. We've planted all the seeds. We just need to bury them now.
Wait, I buried mine.
Well done.
I buried mine.
Right, you go bury them like that now. There we are.
What are these for, Mummy? What are these for?
Good burying, Griff.
Thank you, I buried
Right,
it.
high five. Fist bump. High five. Fist bump. Well done. Now that my able assistants have come and gone and done their job, I've just watered in these broad beans, and I'll also put some water on the onions I planted yesterday, and then I might do a little bit more weeding and call it a day. So thank you very much for watching, and all I can say about my work here today is lovely job.